Welcome, everybody. What the hell is happening to my hair today? That is weird. Anyways, welcome, everybody. Welcome to another Trippy Food live stream. For some reason, no, I know what the reason is. I'll wait till one of you bring it up, but I know what the reason is, and I'm not going to even ask the question. So I have to say that it was kind of funny. I was talking to Tom, old guy in Colorado, earlier, and we were talking about making something happen. You know, like in some cases, I guess you could say like following an order or something. But making something happen, bringing something into existence, and then we were just kind of going back and forth with quotes, and so what I'm going to do is this is kind of like a trivia thing, but I'm just going to kind of throw it out there. It's not really food or travel related, but I think it's kind of fun. So I will give you the quote, and then you tell me where the quote comes from. But it's all about making something happen, bringing something into existence, whatever. So hey, Tom is saying hi to everybody. Let's see. Miguel is ready for adult beverage. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I will show you what the beverages are for today, and then you let me know whether you want me to do the adult beverage first or the soft drink first. I'll go either way. But we'll do those first, and then we'll go through the snacks. That's kind of, I think that works pretty well. Like we'll do a beverage, snack. Let's see, we have 5 snacks today. Beverage, snack, beverage, snack. Let's do that. All right, and I will let you guys decide based on the beverages. So anyways, did I miss anybody? I missed Adam Hebb. Welcome Adam Hebb to the room. I think I said hello to everybody else who's in the room, or at least made their presence known. We've already said hello to them. So hello, everybody. And I'm sorry I missed anybody. I did. I missed Jared Tierno, who just entered the room. Welcome, Jared. Now it's a party. So again, Tom and I were talking. I was going to make something happen for him, or for us, or for everybody, essentially. And so we threw out the quotes. So I'm going to throw them out here, and I'm going to try to do an imitation of them, because these are mostly from like media, like movies or TV. And I will try to do an imitation of that to maybe give you a clue. Although most of them are pretty easy, and you can probably get them. Let's see. Hey Val, thanks for liking my Wendy's chicken sandwich comment. Thank you for leaving a Wendy's chicken sandwich comment, Sonic. Who has just entered the room? Sonic. Ryan Jones has just entered the room. They're coming in droves right now. It's a horde. Oh, lock the doors. But welcome, everybody. Hope you are having a great Saturday. I think I was going to say Sunday, but I don't think any of the people who watch the live stream are in Australia, in which case it would be already Sunday in Australia. But other than that, welcome, everybody, and happy Saturday to you. It is looks like a nice, clear day, probably warm maybe in the 70s. Missed the rain, but or I bless the rains down in Africa. Let's see. Everybody said, have you ever done your live stream from your car? No, Sonic, I have not. I'm a little hesitant. I could do a remote. I'm a little hesitant to do that because I have issues as it is with, network problems in the house hardwired to my router. I can't imagine, what it would be. We could try it. I would maybe. If we're going to do that, I would probably try, doing a short one or something. And I would have to use my phone to do it. So the quality is not going to be great, and I'm not going to have access to a lot of stuff. So, but yeah, possible. Might do that. Or a remote from some other place where they have actually a network, which that would work too. So, but from the car, have not done that. I will not rule that out. Sonic, maybe what we'll do is as opposed to a live stream, we'll just do like a live video. So maybe we'll do a review of something, and we'll just review it live, and do that. And it'll be kind of like a live stream, and then kind of like a live review. And if something happens and we lose the connection and everything, then all is not lost. So maybe we'll do that. So it's a good suggestion, Sonic. Thank you. Adam says he is not feeling well. Oh, bronchitis. Bronchitis sucks badly. So I'm sorry about that, Adam. That's terrible. So yes, I hope you feel better soon as well. Just got an emergency snow squall alert on my phone. So yeah, New England. Yeah, but the funny thing is, Jules, I'm not really like growing up in New England. I didn't like when it didn't snow in the wintertime. It's kind of like it's going to be cold and dark and everything's dead. you need some snow to kind of liven that up. And so like snow is always fun. You know, as long as you could do the things that you wanted to do. I mean, hell, I lived through the blizzard of '78, so you know, and that was like good luck getting to stores and things like that. You were off work for, you know, several days. I was in school, but you were off work. So yeah, good weather, good weather. Josh Gruber has entered the room. Good evening, sir, to you as well. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Did I miss anyone? I think we're caught up. We are caught up. Okay. Keep me honest, guys, and let me know. We do not have Janice in the room, which is, she had told me earlier during the week that she might not be able to be on the live stream only because she was going to be somewhere where she wasn't sure she was going to have a good connection to do that. If that happens, and we don't have Janice today, it will be the end of a perfect streak. So she has actually been on every single live stream we've done since we started live streaming. And this will be the end of that streak, and it will be sad. But you know, it won't change how we feel about Janice. And so hopefully she'll jump on, and we'll see her today, and everything will be cool. But no, exactly, Steve. But I don't think it's that we won't see her. It's just that we might not see her, and she may not be able to chime in as well as she usually does. So hopefully she will grace us and be there. But if not, you know, the end of an era right there. So, hello, Steve Russell, by the way. Okay, so getting back to our quotes, we have time. It's okay. We have 10 people in the room, I think, or 10 people logged in, I think, or 10 people watching, I think. I don't know what that 10 is, but there's 10 something going on there. It is 1:07 p.m. and we have 5 snacks. There's not a lot of snacks to get through. I think we're in good shape. So we can waste some time on this. So again, for those who may have just entered the room, we were talking earlier that Tom and I, Tom, old guy in Colorado, to you, we were talking earlier about making things happen. In other words, like somebody makes a suggestion, you know, gives an order, whatever, and you make it happen. And so we were kind of throwing back and forth quotes. So I will tell you those quotes, and I will try to do it in my best imitative voice, and then you tell me what that quote is from. But it's about making things happen, making things occur. So here they are. We're going to start with this one. Ready? It is the way. Anybody, it is the way. So, you know, you're going to make something happen and say, it is the way. Anybody? Julie, you know this one. I know you know this one, Julie. It is the way. 10 points, Julie. No, Miguel, it is not Rocky, but I bet there's a Rocky quote there too. I did it my way. That one was Frank Sinatra, and I could have sang it like Frank Sinatra. I did it my way. You know, I could sing it like Frank Sinatra and everything, and then you would get that one. I did it my way. So yeah, but that's the opposite, right? So if somebody says, "Hey, do you think we can make this happen?" and somebody says, "I did it my way," then the answer is no. No, it's not going to happen like that. It's going to happen my way. So that's kind of the opposite of what we were doing. That's okay. Yes, Tom, it is the Mandalorian, in fact. Val from Trippy Food. Well, right now it's Val from Trippy Food. Okay, here's the next one. Are you ready? So it shall be written, so it shall be written, so it shall be done. I repeat that. So it shall be written, so it shall be done. Anybody? Not spelled right. What, the Mandalorian is not spelled right? It doesn't matter. We understood what you were saying, so that's fine. I said it wrong. I said, oh, this is the way. That's what I had originally too. I always mess things up. This is the way. Yeah, you can't mess that one up because it's a thing they say, right? I'm from my iPad at Calico in Euramo, so I can't type as fast and can't type the names. Well, it doesn't matter, Janice. You're here. You have not broken your streak. You have a perfect record. You still have a perfect record. So welcome, everybody. Janice is on. So she may not be able to, you know, type the way she does, which probably gives the rest of you an edge on the trivia questions, but that's okay. So welcome, Janice. Glad you could make it, even if you're going to be quiet. That's okay. I'm glad you could make it. You're saying Optimus Prime, Adam, and about that quote, and it's not, but I bet you there's an Optimus Prime quote that goes along with that. I don't know what it is, but that's okay. Okay, I'll do it again because nobody answered it yet. So it shall be written, so shall be done. Anyone? Nobody? I'll give you another clue. I'll give you another quote from the same person and as a clue. Shakespeare. No, it's a good guess. Moses, Moses, Moses. I never want to hear the name of Moses again. Right? Anybody? Abraham. No, good guess, Jules. Good guess. Oh, what the hell? It's Ramses. Ramses from the 10. Yes, Miguel, the 10 Commandments. You're absolutely right. Lincoln. No, Lincoln probably has one of those quotes too. You know what it is. Let me know. I bet Lincoln has a quote like that because Lincoln made things happen. Not everyone was happy with it, but he made things happen. Okay, the next one. Make it so. That's my best imitation. Make it so. Bob from down the road said that. I thought it was Bob from down the road quote, but no, I was wrong. It's effing raw. Are you going to eat that? You stupid cow. Oh my God. Don't get me started on Gordon Ramsay. I've been in arguments lately with people about Gordon Ramsay, chefs or arguments with Gordon Ramsay and what life is like in the kitchen and how life has to be in the kitchen, and me arguing it doesn't have to be like that. That it doesn't. Working in a kitchen as a chef does not give you the inherent right to be a dick to people. It does not. It is not a job requirement. It is not necessary. And anybody who says it is. Janice Yamanaka got it right. How is that fat? Tea Earl Grey hot. So Julie got it right, but she just kind of gave another quote instead of actually saying the name. Oh, Ryan Jones got it too. Tom got it. Everybody got it. Okay, that one was easy, I suppose. All right. There's only two more. The next one, your will, my hands. Your will, my hands. That was one of Tom's, by the way. Tom came up with that one. Your will, my hands. What is that from? You don't have to mention the person's name, just the movie that it's from. That's good enough. The movie that it's from. Your will, my hands. Pretty sure there's a hot place for Ramsay when his time is out. Yeah, Hell's Kitchen. Oh, Eli's on the run. Welcome. Now doing an impression of Dame. Okay. Oh no! Oh no! I don't know. That's it. I don't watch him anymore. So, let's see. Did I miss anybody? Yes, Tom from. Well, it's Tom. You were the one that created that quote. Of course, you know it's from Spartacus. Now everybody else does too. Your will, my hands. Did Robert Williams say that? He may have. It may have been something that was repeated in other places. You know, good quotes are often like that. All right, and then the last one. As you wish. Okay, just as you wish. I'll give you some other quotes if you don't get that one from the same person. As you wish. Anybody? Come on. 10 points, Julie. Julie got that right away. Yeah, it is from Wesley. From Wesley, who is also the Dread Pirate Roberts, but Wesley from Princess Bride. You're absolutely right. And Janice Yamanaka got it right as well. And Miguel said Talladega Nights. It's possible. It's possible that's from. So enough of that. If you guys have any more, just throw them out there. That's okay. It was just a fun thing, and we made it happen. So, all right. So we are ready to start again by popular demand, because I asked you earlier, do you want me to review the things at the beginning or just kind of go through them? And you, by overwhelming demand, said just go through them. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do from now on. I will tell you that last week. Somebody, maybe it was more than one person, made a suggestion. Hey, Val, do you have like a top 10 or a top 5 or blah, 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 blah. So next week, I think what we're going to do is we're going to devote the live stream to my top 5. I'm going to call them top 5s. Now, it's going to be really difficult for me because in some cases, there's a lot more than 5. Some cases, there's a lot more than 10 that are my favorites. But we're going to do it, and we're going to categorize them. So we'll do like top 5 restaurants. I mean, I'm saying top 5 only because it allows me to put that number in there, but really we're talking about my favorite. So we'll say my favorite 5. My favorite 5 restaurants, my favorite 5 pizza places, my favorite 5 burger places, my favorite 5 cities to visit, etc. And understand that that it's going to be up to now, because I imagine that, I'm still kicking, I'm still around, that as I go through life, there will be other ones that will join that group, or maybe even replace some of the top ones in that group. But we're going to limit it to top 5. It's not going to be in any particular order, and it's going to be hard to just narrow it down to 5, but I will do that. And we'll have some snacks and stuff like that as well. But we will devote that to talking about the top 5 of mine in different categories and everything, and we can discuss the categories as we go, because some of you will have much different things, and some of you will experience much different things than I have, and so your answers will be different. So it'll be fun to talk about. So we're going to do that next week. We're going to do we'll just call it Val's top 5s. But again, remember, it's not best, it's favorite. Always remember that. Anytime you see anything that says best, don't click on it. It's clickbait. There's no such thing as best. Best has to have a criteria. They never tell you what that criteria is. It's favorites. It's essentially what it is. So don't fall for that. When somebody says best pizza joints in Los Angeles, don't fall for that. It's not the best. It's their favorites. So there, we have that out of the way. Top 5 drinks or foods. Yeah, well, Sonic, there'll be that, like top 5 beers, top 5 pizza places, whatever. So it'll be something along those lines, Sonic. 2 Buttercup. Yes, it was 2 Buttercup, Julie. Paid or not to? That is a question. I think that's Shakespeare, Sonic. Top 5 fast food: Carl's Jr., In-N-Out, Burger King, Wendy's. In that order, Sonic? Is it in that order? See, the thing is, I would tell you to, as long as you're categorizing fast food, that really, unless you're eating the burger at Del Taco, to take Del Taco out of that one, because you're talking about like burger fast food places. Carl's Jr., In-N-Out, Burger King, and Wendy's are burger fast food places, and Del Taco is not. Although they do have a burger, so unless you are specifically talking about the burger at Del Taco, that would be appropriate for your top 5 fast food burgers. See, that's how it's going to work. How on earth will you narrow these down to 5? I don't know, Julie, but it's like, I could probably do 10 on each one of those, but we only have 2 hours, so we'll do our best. We'll try that. Everyone needs to try OG barbecue sauces. I will be placing an order and stocking up when grilling season comes around. They are good. Yeah, Tom, take a couple minutes here and tell people how, because for those who haven't been catching up, Tom has been on his channel, Old Guy in Colorado, has been making barbecue sauces, and he has several episodes where he shows you some of the barbecue sauces that he's doing. So, Tom, can you just take a minute or two and just tell people how they can find out which ones you have and how they can order them, if they want to order them from you. So how that works, let them know. Jessica Stanton is not late. It is 1:18 p.m. We are only 18 minutes in. We haven't even started into our snacks or anything. So you are, I'm going to say you are just on time, Jessica. So welcome back. Good to see you again. Yeah, as Julie says, there's no such thing as late. There's some people who, like Amy Cakey. Amy Cakey almost always comes in like 15 minutes before the end of it and everything. She's not late. She just coming in 15 minutes before the end, but it's not late. How much longer are you on? An hour and 45 minutes, Jessica. So you're good. You are good. All right. We might as well get started. I was going to start at 1:15. It's 18 after, but that's okay. That's all right. All right. So I will ask you right now. I'm not going to do a poll because that takes time and I have to watch to see what everybody answers. We'll just do a poll. You guys let me know. Would you like me to start with our soft drink or our adult beverage? All right. So throw it out there. I'll give it like 2 minutes so that we can get started and everything. So by 1 on my clock, it's 1:19, right? By 1:21, we will make a decision as to whether we will start with our adult beverage or start with our soft drink. You guys let me know what you want me to start with. Oh, yes, Miguel. She did a great job, didn't she, Miguel? So as long as we're on that subject of Julie doing episodes, you're going to see more and more episodes with Julie. Now, you've seen Julie in the past on Trippy Food episodes, like when I've been out at Trippy Food East is what Julie's calling her, but which is Massachusetts. In Massachusetts, we've done a lot of episodes together, Julie and I. But I'm going to let Julie fly and let her do her own. So one of the suggestions I had was like, hey, you're out there, you find something interesting, I can't find it here, let's do it. So you're going to see more of Julie's reviews on this channel, and maybe we'll even get her on some live streams. If I can figure that one out. But yeah, you will see more and more of Julie's review. As a matter of fact, when is the next one? The next one is February 28th. It's Snack Attack, healthy snacks. So Julie covers 2 snacks, healthy snacks, and it's a Julie Couture episode of Trippy Food, a snack attack episode of Trippy Food that Julie's going to do, and there'll be more in the future. So glad to have her creating these videos and kind of expanding our realm, as it were. All right, so let's see. Sonic says soft drink. That's 1 for soft drink. My math sucks, so I'm going to try to remember this. Sonic says soft drink. Jessica says soft drink. Tom says booze. Sonic says something, but I'm not sure what it is. Let's see. Sonic says Coke. No, okay. Coca-Cola is just something else. Seen you and Julie and Val doing the Red Snapper hot dog. Yeah, we've done a lot. I mean, go back. There's a lot of. We did Rhode Island coffee milk. We did. I can't remember. Julie, you know some of the ones that we've done. Miguel says adult beverage. Let's see. Hey, happy birthday, Sonic. That'll be cool. We'll do that. That'll be on your birthday. Jenna says soft drink. Hello, Donna. Welcome. Donna Lauderdale is back in the room. All right. I have 3 soft drinks, 2 adult beverage. It is 1:21. We are going with the soft drinks. So my apologies to those who wanted the adult beverage, but we're going to do it today anyways. So there we go. So let us read a card. And the question is, what drink got, again, thank you, Claudia, Mrs. Trippy Food, for the new trivia cards. Which drink got its name after 6 failed naming attempts? Again, and I will also say it's a soft drink. So which soft drink got its name after 6 failed naming attempts? So we'll put that in the fridge, let that stay cold, and we are going to open up our soft drink. Now, this one is really weird. I saw this. It looked really, really interesting, and it's kind of strange. So this is Jelly Belly. Everybody knows Jelly Belly. They're the ones that make the jelly beans, right? Jelly Belly brand, orange sherbet, naturally flavored sparkling water. So it's sparkling water, tastes like orange sherbet. It's from Jelly Belly, and it has 0 calories, right? There it says 0 calories. So I'm thinking that's a little bit odd. Why does it only 0 calories? Oh, well, they must put in some sort of artificial sweetener and everything. Ingredients: carbonated water, natural flavor. Now I'm intrigued, right? How do you do 0 calories with natural flavor and carbonated water, no sugar, no sugars, no sugar thing added? This is really, really interesting and really, really strange. So we're going to do this Jelly Belly orange sherbet flavored sparkling water. Alien kumquat soda. That was nasty, Tom. That was nasty. Moxie for the card question. Oh, okay. No smell. Oh, I take that. I lied. It smells like a creamsicle. No, it smells like a creamsicle. That's funny. All right. It's clear. Kind of thought it was going to be orange. It's okay. And it's perfectly clear. It's a nice smell. I just got the 3 flavors of those Jelly Belly sparkling sodas. I did see some other ones, Janice. What are the 3 flavors besides the orange sherbet? Julie, that's never going to get old. All right. Well, I can see why it's 0 calories. There's no sugar in here, and it's not sugary. It's not sweet. This is very much like if you guys have, I don't know if you guys have ever had this, which is the Trader Joe's sparkling water, and they have different flavors. So there's a lime one, there's a lemon one. They might have, in the larger size bottles, they have other flavors in them as well. But the small bottles, they have lemon and lime, and they just have a regular flavor. So they have the essence of those flavors in it, but it's not like overpowering. It's not really sweet and everything. And this is very much the same. This is really strange. You do get that orange sherbet flavor, but it's really subtle in there, and it's not really crazy sweet. Hey, I'm sorry, I missed Grub Warp sneaking in the room. Welcome, Grub Warp. Good to have you back. Wow. So, I mean, I had a totally different idea of how this was going to taste, right? And my mindset was kind of like, it's going to taste like a soda. It doesn't taste like a soda. It tastes like sparkling water with that essence of orange sherbet, and it hits the mark. It's perfect. It's right on. It's just this really subtle orange sherbet flavor, no calories, natural flavor, and really good taste if you like sparkling water. It's like sparkling water with a hint. It's not like a soda. It's like a sparkling water with a hint of flavor. It's really good. It's a thumbs up. You still like drinking sparkling water. You just have that kind of essence, that hint there. So yeah, thumbs up. Let's get back to our card. So, Janice, where did you get them? Because I can't remember where I got this one. Let's see. Did Janice answer the question about which three? She said she got the three. Oh, no, she did not. So, Janice, where did you get yours? Because I can't remember where I got this. I saw it on the shelf and I thought, like, that looks really interesting, and I picked it up. I can't remember where I got it because somebody said, where was it? Every time I see the Trader Joe's water, I think of Hellmann's Mayo. It does look a lot like the label from Hellmann's Mayo. All right, our question was, what soft drink got its name after 6 failed naming attempts? So let's see. Got to go way back up there. Julie says Dr. Pepper. Miguel Rangel says 7-Up. Sonic says Sprite. Janice says 7-Up. Let's see. Julie says 7. Changed it to 7-Up afterwards. Jessica Stanton says Moxie. Tom says Alien Kumquat Soda, because you got to work the kumquat in. Yes, you're correct, Tom. Let's see. Sonic says RC Cola and Pepsi, both of those. Let's see. And Mountain Dew. He's just on a roll. He's just throwing them out there. That's okay. And Sunkissed. It keeps going. That's okay. That looks like all the answers. And the correct answer was, in fact, 7-Up. After 6 failed naming attempts, they called it 7-Up. So, yeah, it does make perfect sense if you get that. So I'm feeling generous today. So everybody gets 20 points. Everybody in the room gets 20 points, even if you didn't guess, even if you didn't answer. Still, you get 20 points. What did I miss, though? Because I'm seeing if I missed anything. I think everyone's going back and forth. I only like creamsicle ice cream. That's my favorite. Creamsicle ice cream is my favorite. And I like things that are flavored like creamsicle as well. There's a soda. Somebody made, I think we did it on one of the live streams. There was a soda, and I can't remember who the company was, but they do a creamsicle flavored soda. It was like really, really good, Jessica. So yeah, I agree with you. That's one of my favorites too. Then Sonic's listing just a whole bunch of sodas. Maybe we'll add that to our top 5. It's top 5 sodas. Norway, I got there 6. Oh, there are 16 flavors. Oh my God. Yeah, maybe I got that from World Market. I don't recall, Janice, but I do recall seeing it, thinking it was interesting, and picked it up. So, but anybody out there who wants to try this or wants to try any of the other flavors, Cost Plus World Market. Thank you, Janice. I only want 15. 15 of which? Oh, 15 of the flavors. I take it you don't want this one because I don't know what the other flavors are. All right, let's dig into our first snack. So before we do that, let us read a card. What? I never even heard of this. Okay, so this is going to be fun. What is the main ingredient of Cullen Skink? Again, what is the main ingredient of Cullen Skink? And for those who want to look this up, that's Cullenskink, 2 words. What is the main ingredient of Cullen Skink? So I'm going to put that in the skink tank over here. I like Flintstone push-up ice cream. Usually the brand name push-up ice creams to me aren't that great because they're starting with like a substandard vanilla ice cream. So I kind of like the higher end ones better, but you know, to each his own, Sonic. Let's do our first snack. I'm going to try to start with not strong and work into strong. So let's start with these. So these are vegan Robs. I wonder if they're vegan. These are vegan Robs sorghum beet puffs. Does that sound delicious? No, it does not. But I'm keeping an open mind. Maybe they are delicious. They're sorghum based puffs made from beets. They're certified vegan. They're gluten free. They're kosher. They have non-GMO. And Vegan Rob is from Seacliff, New York. Ingredients: organic sorghum grain meal, sunflower oil, beet powder, nutritional yeast, and sea salt, which is good because I hate the non-nutritional yeast. Was that a character in Twilight? Vegan Rob? Maybe. Beef, not beef. Beef puff. Beef puff would be awesome, Sonic. I wish, you know, Tom is really creative. Tom, see if you can, and this is just for you, of course, but see if you can come up with a way to make beef puffs. So it'd be like the equivalent of a Cheeto, you know, the original Cheetos, you know, like a puff, but beef or beef flavored. And how you would do that. But I don't even know how you would make Cheetos. But if anybody can, Tom can. I know that for a fact. All right. Beef would be cool, but for it being called Vegan Robs, if it was beef flavored, I would probably have like serious doubts about that. I'm guessing these are all encompassing. I'm not going to open this one from the bottom. I figure it's all beets. Beet juice is good. Well, it depends on what it is. Like I like things that are pickled in beet juice, like the pickled eggs that are pickled in beet juice. I mean, obviously there's some vinegar in there as well, but yeah, I think most of the time beet juice is used for color. Like for instance, in what is that cake? The red velvet cake. Red velvet cake uses beet juice for coloring because it's sweet. You know, it's not like it tastes like I don't know, something else red that's not sweet. But because it's sweet, they use it for coloring in things like red velvet cake. Use beef bouillon as a flavoring component when making a potato puff. Yeah, but a beef puff, yes, Tom. But the question is, Julie, I mean, that would make sense on doing that. But how do you make a potato puff in the first place? That's the hard part. How do you make something like this? I don't know how. I don't know how that works. How you do that? I mean, there's got to be some sort of recipe online for how to do this. Is if two vegans are fighting, is it considered a beef? No, it is considered a Venus flytrap. All right, here we go. I like the color. Imagine if Cheetos were this color. That's really powdery. Wow, that is a really cool flavor. Now, there's sea salt in it, but they're not really overly salty. Look at that. Now, these are really light on flavor, and that's okay. But it is a nice flavor. You can tell looking in the bag, like some of those don't have a lot of red on them, and so I'm thinking don't have a lot of beef on it. I'm guessing those are organic sorghum grain meal puffs, and it looks like the beet flavoring or the beet powder is on the outside of it. So some have more than others, but they're not going to taste like cheese curls. They're not going to taste like corn curls because they're not made from corn. They have a completely different taste. So it's light, it's subtle, it's nice. I'll give it a thumbs up. Maybe not an enthusiastic thumbs up because it's in some ways it's a little bit more bland. But I think it's because when you are eating puffs like that, you're expecting them to have that cheddar cheese flavor or the flaming hot flavor, and they don't have either one of those. And those are much stronger flavors. So good, but very light. I think you probably go through a whole bag of those without even realizing you ate the whole bag because they just don't feel like they would fill you up. So yeah, a thumbs up. Maybe not an enthusiastic thumbs up, but a thumbs up nonetheless. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Julie has some nice ideas. She does. She always has. Fried Slim Jims, fried crispy beef jerky sticks. Well, maybe it's the same thing. Would you deep fry those or batter them or just fry them as is? I suppose you could just drop them in the fryer and fry them as is. That would work, Sonic. I think I'm trying to remember if Reckless Eating did a installment called "Will It Fry?" But I thought somebody did that. Like basically, would you put it in a fryer? I'm guessing that they do not do that because I know that Matt doesn't have a deep fryer or a fry daddy or anything like that. So maybe he didn't do that. But maybe we should do something like that. Will it fry? Maybe we'll do a live stream where we have the fry daddy and we just stick things in the fry daddy and see. Well, Tom did that for a while. Tom on his episode he was using his. It wasn't his fry daddy. It was his Tom. I don't remember what you call that. But almost every week he was frying something. He was deep frying something. No wonder Slim Jims would work. Tom, did you do those? Did you do Slim Jims or beef jerky? Did you try deep frying those? I wouldn't be surprised. I want to see Chelada Val versus the extremist Twitter vegans. Yeah, but the thing about that, Eli, is that like when I am drinking alcohol accentuates your personality, and I don't have like a mean side. I just don't have one. And so it wouldn't be a really engaging conversation. What would happen is usually I can engage with militant vegans just using logic, but stay calm about it. So I think what would happen is I would still be calm about it, but I would not have my facts straight. My head would be a little bit fuzzy. So I don't think it would work really well, and I also don't think it would be very entertaining. So it's a cool idea, Eli. Just don't think it will be entertaining. 7G3014. Was that the answer to a question, Sonic? I don't know what that was. Oh, are you reading one of the license plates, maybe? Oh, so that's where my missing license plate is. Was that the California one? Hang on. 7G. That's Pennsylvania. And that's Pennsylvania from the 60s. So I doubt that was your license plate because that was from Pennsylvania from the 1960s. Probably not your license plate. It wasn't my license plate. Cambly are great cookies. I will have to try that and take your word for it, Josh. I didn't know you were a rock star in a band. Seriously, Miguel? Oh, yeah. So Val is Michael Jackson's backup band drummer. I am not a drummer. I do not. Julie actually plays drums. But I do not play drums. I don't play an instrument. I just sing. So Miguel, have you found the videos? The videos are out there on YouTube. And I'm going to. I do have a YouTube channel for music, and it's going to have more of them on there. Right now, there's no content out there. That I promised. I think it was Mean Metal Mike, maybe some other people, that we would do a separate channel where we do a live stream and talk nothing about music. I mean, only about music. I have not done that yet, but because I only have one video out there, I want to have some more content on there before I do that. But I'm working on it. Yes, the fabulous Fabula Fryer. That's right. I deep fried all kinds of meat sticks and beef jerky. Not a great idea. Okay, well, there you go. We don't have to do it because you already did. So if, who was it? Sonic was suggesting that, was making that suggestion. Just go to Tom's channel. The video's up there and watch the video of him deep frying the beef jerky sticks and see how that turned out. And it sounds like it did not turn out well. That was quite a while ago, so I don't remember. Do you have the McDonald's app? I think I do. Yeah, Steve. Okay. So the question was, what is the main ingredient of Cullen skink? Now, to me, I'm like, what is Cullen skink? Because to me, a skink is a reptile. It's a lizard. There's a lizard called a skink. So that's what I thought it was, but it's not, apparently. Lizard is not one of the ingredients. Let's see. What were the guesses? I'd have to go way back on that because we just go off on a tangent sometimes. Maybe Tom was guessing beef was the main ingredient, but we're talking about beef. I don't see a lot of people guessing. I don't see many people guessing at all. I might be missing it. So tell me if you guessed and I miss it. I don't see anybody's guess on there. So I'm going to give everybody 100 points for this regardless. The main ingredient of Cullen skink is haddock. Haddock, which is a fish. Haddock. It is a North Atlantic fish, cold weather fish, and makes great fish and chips. Although cod is typically what you would use for fish and chips, but haddock makes good fish and chips too. There we go. I have the Burger King app, Better Food Deals. Well, the thing is, I have those apps not for the food deal. Like I don't want to save money on a Whopper or a Big Mac or something like that because I'm not going to eat those. I don't like them, right? But what I would use the app for is if, like, for instance, if you're going to do the hacks, the menu hacks, which are not menu hacks. Now they're menu items. You can order them. They're no longer hacks. They take all the fun out of it. But if you're going to order those, you order those through the McDonald's app. So that's what something like that. That's what having the app is handy for. You know, I have the Taco Bell one, and the Taco Bell one gives you a free. Tom, what is the one that you just reviewed? The one that we reviewed before, the Doritos Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch. If you get on Taco Bell's app, you can get one of those free. I think you have to buy something else for $1 or something, but you get one of those free. So it's pretty good. Free Big Mac with $1 purchase. That is pretty good if you like Big Macs. But yeah. But I do have it, Steve Russell, but only so that you know, I can take advantage of when something new or interesting comes up and be able to get that. So there we go. Oh, Janice, you guessed it, and you guessed it right. Okay. Still 100 points for everybody. So you still get 100 points as well, even though you got it right and nobody else guessed. Still 100 points for everybody, just because, you know, it was a tough one. $10 with 2 Whoppers, 2 chicken sandwiches, 2 mini drinks and fries. Yeah, the only problem is that it's Burger King food. All right, so 1 snack down, 1 beverage down. Time for another snack and time to read interesting. Okay, time to read a card. This one's interesting. What is the most popular donut flavor at Krispy Kreme? Again, the question, what is the most popular donut flavor at Krispy Kreme? Yes, I saw it. The Don't Hang Up. That's one of them, Miguel. There's like 6 videos out there that were all from the same session and everything. So you find it on the original site where the Don't Hang Up video was. You'll find the other ones as well. Yeah, pretty interesting. We were doing it. We had fun. Love that doing it. I did a McDonald's hack of the chicken Big Mac from the UK. Oh, so basically it was one of the UK hacks, and you just did it. How did I miss that? I'm gonna have to go back and check and see that. I cashed in the points and got my canoe. Hey, Tom, congratulations! All right, you're back down to getting regular points then, if that's the case. So, you know, send us a picture of the canoe. Is it one of those green plastic ones, or is it like, you know, the metal ones, or is it like a dugout, like an old wooden canoe? That would be cool. I can't remember what was on the site. All right, ask the question. Time to open the snack. Let's see. We're going to go. Let's do this because it's not spicy. So these, I will tell you that the reason that we are doing these today in the first place, I think Europrop, who we may or may not see here today, but if you guys remember Europrop from where is he from? I think he's from Finland or someplace like that. But he hasn't joined us in a while. Maybe he will. But I posted this on Instagram, which also posts on our Facebook page. So on the Facebook page, on a picture of this, where I said, yep, I'd say crunchy mung bean is way beyond bacon by at least 4 off-ramps. So this is Beyond Bacon crunchy mung bean. So Aaron Tucker responded, whoa, is this real? I hope you got one. So Aaron Tucker, if you are listening, I got one. So that's why we're doing this one. This was from Sprouts Farmers Market, and it is vegan, Beyond Bacon. I don't know why do they put bacon in big letters? This is impossible for this to taste like bacon. It will not taste like bacon. For somebody who has not had bacon in 30 years because they became vegan, this might taste like bacon, but I assure you this will not taste like bacon. Now, I'm just hoping it tastes good and it's savory. That's fine. Sprouted soup. I mean, look at it. It doesn't even look like bacon. You know, it looks like barley, but they're mung beans. It doesn't even look like bacon. Why are they calling it bacon? That just is beyond me why they would even use that word. There's no dairy, no peanuts, no wheat gluten, no egg, no tree nuts, no sesame, no soy, no fish or shellfish. I wouldn't think so because you say vegan in big letters. Let's see. Ingredients: sprouted mung beans, expeller pressed oil, maltodextrin, sea salt, paprika, dehydrated garlic, dehydrated onion, natural flavors, black pepper, brown sugar, paprika extract for color. Notice that bacon is not one of the flavors, so it's not going to taste like bacon. Steve, I got a free kayak on Craigslist. Steve, with the points that we give out for our trivia questions, Tom was saving his up, sort of like green stamps to get a canoe, and I think it was like 300,000 points or something for the canoe. But he managed to save up his points, and I think he actually bought points from some other people and everything relatively cheaply, so he could trade in his points for a canoe, and that's what he did. So now he has a canoe, but unfortunately the lakes and streams and ponds are frozen over where he is, so he's not going to be able to use that canoe until the spring. But still, he has it, and that's the important thing. The SS Kumquat. Now there's an idea, Adam. Mini valve carving in front of it on the figurehead on the canoe. That would be funny. Oh, Julie, thank you for reminding me. Hold that thought, and bring it up afterwards. Yeah, I want to do something else, but we're gonna finish this snack first. Yes, 5 Knuckle Shuffle. That is a euphemism, Miguel, but we made a song about it. So let me know what you think of the music, Miguel. How is Doodle doing and where is he at? Well, Jessica, today Doodle is visiting his cousin Andy. You guys remember Andy? I think he was in one of the episodes when we were dog sitting for him. And so he is visiting his cousin Andy. So Claudia is helping my brother-in-law Richard with the rice pudding thing. And so she decided she was going to take Doodle over there so Doodle and Andy could, get together, have some fun. So Doodle will not be here today, but and I know for some of you you're gonna jump off right now because like you only watch the show because of Doodle, but stick with me, please. It's plastic and it doesn't float. It has a few holes. That's okay because all lakes are frozen. No paddles. You could put like the outrigger thing on it and then just do some ice canoeing on the ice, maybe. All right, here we go. Doesn't smell like bacon. I don't see smoke as an additive. It looks like breakfast cereal. What's up with that? Or like tiny Inca corn. All right. So there's an oily taste. And there is a little bit of smokiness in there. So I see what they were going for. The texture is weird. It is not the texture of bacon. It is the texture of walnuts. It has a kind of a texture of like a nut. It is not a nut. It is a grain, and it tastes like a nut. I mean, it's the texture of a nut. The thing that's difficult about these is that they're really tiny, right? And so, like, if you're going to eat these as a snack, and I can't imagine you'd be like, but you can't force mung beans to be bigger than they are. I don't see smoke added as an ingredient. Maybe they're getting the essence of that from the black pepper. It's a good snack. It tastes good. It tastes nothing like bacon. Not whatsoever. Not even close. Nothing like bacon whatsoever. So here's the thing. Again, it's really good. It's a really good snack. Really tasty. It has that kind of smoky and almost a savory taste, I think, from the oil that they put in here. I think that's what that's from. However, it does not taste like bacon. So it's going to get a thumbs in the middle. It would have gotten a thumbs up if they called it something else, didn't call it bacon, because it tastes nothing like bacon, but it's really good. So thumbs in the middle. They messed up. There we go. So it should be written, so it should be done. Make it so. All right. Now everybody's getting in an argument about the canoe. Now everybody's going to want a canoe, Tom. It's going to take people a while before they get a canoe. Looks like bunny poos. Yeah, I guess it does. No, bunny poos are more. Bunny poos look like brown M&Ms or Raisinets. Yeah, Raisinette. I'm going to go with Raisinets. Bunny poo looks like more like Raisinets, I think. Was she suffering from eating a spit take face? Julie knows all the faces. Julie knows all the faces. All right, the question was, what is the most popular donut flavor at Krispy Kreme? And the answers were, let's see, we gotta go way back up here. Adam Hebb says glazed. Steve Russell says glazed. Hunter Houlihan says glazed. Josh Gruber says jelly. Julie Couture says plain. Donna Lauderdale says original glazed. Janice Yamanaka says glazed. And I'm starting to have this glazed look over my eyes reading all these. There are a lot of guesses. A lot of people guess this one. And almost everybody is correct. It is, in fact, glazed. But because almost everybody is correct, I'm going to give you 5 points. So 5 points for that one because almost everybody's correct. So enjoy that. You're still a ways off for getting the canoe. But maybe you can get like the table lamp. The table lamp was a lot less points than the canoe. So maybe you can go for that table lamp. All right. Time for another, let's see. Snack. 3. All right, time for beverage. So we are going to do our adult beverage right now. Now, our adult beverage is Crantree Cranberry Cider. It is 5.4 alcohol percent alcohol by volume. The weird thing about this is they put that on the guy's overalls, right? 5.4% alcohol by volume. Who's going to read that? Who's going to look there? Who's going to look on his bib to find the 5.4 alcohol by volume? So obviously, this is somebody who is in a cranberry bog, which is really weird because they call it Crantree. Cranberries don't grow on trees; they grow in bogs. They grow close to the ground. And the way they harvest it is they flood those bogs, and then they with a rake they kind of pull the berries off and they float to the top, and then they gather them up like this cone kind of thing. It's actually fascinating to watch. A lot of cranberry growers come from or traditionally come from Cape Cod. I don't know that it's so many there anymore, but it's the right climate for growing cranberries. But I think there's other places that grow cranberries right now. Anyways, this is a cranberry cider. It's very, very different than things that we have done in the past. So I'm kind of excited about this. This is from, wait, it was on the front. It is from Hand Pressed Cider Company in San Juan, California. Now, I will tell you that Hand Pressed Cider Company in San Juan, California, they brew beverages specifically for Trader Joe's. So it's kind of like an arm of Trader Joe's. And a lot of you guys might be asking me, because we actually have two of the snacks that we have today are from Trader Joe's. And a lot of you might be asking me, well, Val, why do you spend so much time at Trader Joe's? Why is so much of what you get from Trader Joe's? Do you have some kind of deal with Trader Joe's? Why Trader Joe's? And I'm going to be frank and honest with you, because Trader Joe's has more interesting, unique, and unusual things under one roof. I would say between a place like Hawaii Supermarket, Vallarta Supermarket. Hawaii Supermarket is going to be Asian market. Vallarta is going to be Latin American. John's Marketplace and Super King are going to be more Middle Eastern stuff. And then there's Cost Plus World Market. And they have a wide variety of interesting things as well. So it just so happens that Trader Joe's just has a lot of very, very interesting things. And that's why it just works out that way, that a lot of the things that we have on the live stream are from Trader Joe's. But it's not like I'm specifically, Trader Joe's isn't giving me any money. They're not giving me any free food. It's just, they just happen to have a lot of more interesting things on a regular basis. And that's why that happens. Would you ever do merch? Yes, Miguel, I'm trying to make that happen, and I'm trying to make that happen soon. So I did a poll several weeks ago where I asked people what they wanted to see. If you go to the community section on our page, the poll's still up, so you can still contribute to that poll. So go out to that poll. Let me know what kind of merchandise you would like to see. If it's not If it's not something that's in the poll, leave a comment down below and tell me what kind of things you would like to see in the merch, and we're going to try to make that happen soon. So yes, Miguel, you're right. You didn't, Julie. You did not. You did not. You did do it. You did do that, Julie. I'm just gonna ignore that. That's okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and open. Oh no, I'm sorry. Before we open this, because I said to remind me of what I wanted to talk to you about before we did the beverage, and we did not. Well, we didn't do two things. One, we didn't read a card, and two, I didn't do that thing. So I'm going to do the thing right now. So I wanted to show you guys this. This was a birthday gift from Julie, and this is a 3D printed Val. This is like the new. He's not Tiny Val. He's bigger than Tiny Val, but he's not Giant Val either. So you can see like Tiny Val next to him. It's like Tiny Val's bigger brother. But this is a 3D printed Val. Let's see if I can show you some detail on that. So you got to find that sweet spot. So this Val has a cup of takeout coffee in his hand. He has a turkey leg in his hand, and he has his merce, and he is traipsing on down the road, traveling on down the road with his turkey leg held high. This is like one of the best things I ever got as a gift, and it is just like 10 kinds of awesome. This is just amazing. I just wanted to show you guys this because this is one of the birthday gifts that Julie had sent me. This is just like 10 kinds of awesome right here. So there's I don't know what to call him. He's not Tiny Val. He's maybe half an inch taller than Tiny Val. So I don't know what to call him. So any suggestions, would be good. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Muy alcohol beverage, cerveza, hombre, queso, muchacho. That is like as bad as my Spanish is. That's like I think that might be worse. Do they actually hand press? That's a good question, Tom. Okay, so let's read a question because we didn't do that. You have a Charlie Sheen shirt. I had a Charlie Sheen shirt and I destroyed it accidentally with furniture polish. I got furniture polish on the white part and it was no good. I need to replace that. I have not yet done that. So I'm going to replace that because you guys remember that I used to wear that on the live stream. And so I need to get another one. This one, Julie painted the thin white stripes on it, so it's almost like the one I have on. The original Tiny Val has the wide stripes, like that, the other shirt that I used to have. So we're going to replace that. We just don't have that. Maybe that's something we add to the merch. Is like a Val shirt like that? We add that to the merch. That'd be interesting. Is he in a bowling shirt? Yeah. Well, it's my bag, baby. That's how I do. So happy I love him, Julie. He is just like one of the most awesome gifts I've ever received in my entire life. This is just so awesome. Thank you, Julie. Look who he's wearing. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm wearing right now. I'm not standing outside on the sidewalk though, but yeah, that's what I'm wearing right now. Okay. So the question is, what fish is usually used in the Burmese dish mohinga? Not bazinga, mohinga. What fish is usually used in the Burmese dish mohinga? That's a tough one. I'm going to leave that one in the aquarium there where that fish is, and then we're going to open up our beverage. Oh, it's my friend Scam Likely. Okay, so Crantree Cranberry Cider. I'm going to give this a shot. I have, once again, brought back Richard Simmons. I wonder if it works better this way. I think maybe it works better that way. Richard Simmons, everybody. Only because unique bottle cap. I want to save that. And I love Ariel, but she pokes holes in it. Uh-oh. We got Vesuvius happening here. The mountain's about to blow. You should sell tiny Vals. Well, here's the thing. I would review that with Julie. And because they are handmade and hand painted, if Julie feels like she would like to sell tiny Vals as merch, I will ask Julie how much she wants to sell them for. because, like I said, it takes a lot to to print them in the first place, and to get it come out without breaking, and B, to actually paint it and detail it. So so I will leave that question with Julie. If Julie wants to do little Val or Tiny Val or whatever his name is going to be, and sell those, I will leave it up to her how much she wants to do that for, and if she wants to do that at all. And you know, she could even sign them because it's art. So we'll leave it up to her. My guess is it won't be cheap. Let's see. Going with. Oh wow, Tom, you're branching out. Okay, so again, it's cider. It's not beer, so I'm not going to use my tornado glass. My beer tornado glass. I know that there's a technical name for it, and I always forget what that is. Oh, nice color. What I would expect from a cranberry cider. That nice red color. Although it might be carmine coloring. Imagine that, the squished little bugs in there. Let's see. Do they have ingredients? They do have ingredients. Apple juice. Why is apple juice the primary fermented apple juice? Why is that the first ingredient? Fermented apple juice. It's a cranberry cider. Fermented apple juice, cranberry concentrate, brewed and bottled. No, that's it. Those are the only ingredients. All right. Doesn't smell like cranberries. Wow. That is tart. That is tart. That is cranberry tart. Unless they're using Granny Smith apples. That is tart. I'm guessing it's cranberry tart. There's no sugar in there. Julie, it's wicked tat. Wow. Okay, here's the problem. The problem is this is 5.4% ABV. The problem is it doesn't taste like there's any alcohol in here. It's not. It tastes like a cranberry juice cocktail. So for those of you who haven't gotten Ocean Spray cranberry juice cocktail, know that it's not cranberry. It's not just cranberry juice. It is mixed with apple juice. So this tastes like an ultra tart cranberry juice cocktail, but somewhat watered down. So it doesn't have that. It doesn't have that same mouthfeel as the regular cranberry juice, which is somewhat thicker viscosity, I guess is what it is. This is much thinner. There's a lot of bubbles in here. It does have cranberry taste. It does have apple taste. It is really, really tart. It's a fun drink. I am thinking this would be good to pair with like fish or something, you know, where you'd have something fruity, and this would be good to pair with fish, I think. You wouldn't want to pair it with other fruit because it would kind of clash. It might be a good fruit to. It might be a good thing to drink with brie cheese. It sounds like it would go good with brie cheese. This is really good. It's a thumbs up for me. I don't even mind so much that it has a lot of apple taste, more so than the cranberry taste. I like that it doesn't really have a strong alcohol taste to it, and that's a problem only because like you could go through this and drink this and go like just drink it like it's a soft drink, and not realize that it has alcohol in it. But it's still going to get a thumbs way up for me. Again, this is Crantree Cranberry Cider. It is available right now on this very stage. It is right now available at Trader Joe's, and it is from the Hand Pressed Cider Company in San Jose, California. So thumbs up. Now I'm going to do the stupid thing, but here's my thing. I'm thinking that it's going to work today because both of these are light. Both of these they do have the flavors of what they are. One is the orange sherbet, and the other one is cranberry. I think it's gonna go perfect. I think it's gonna make an actual. I think it's gonna be one of the few times that we're gonna mix these things together and actually gonna taste good. So let's see. That's about half, I think. Now it's like a rosé. You should do a review of Wicked Pickle Whiskey with Matt. We did, I don't remember which one it was, but we did booze pickles, and it was on Reckless Eating. So if you go, this is probably about, I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago. So there was a basically some friends of Reckless Eating rented out a bed and breakfast, and then there was a whole bunch of Reckless Eating people there. So Chris Reckless was there. Let's see who else was there. Sean was there. There was like a whole bunch of Reckless Eating people there. And one of the things they did with these pickles, these booze pickles, and so we did something like that. I don't know if it was if it was Wicked Pickle Whiskey. I don't know if that was the brand, but we did. Check it out. Go on Reckless Eating. It might have been one of the ones they took down, because I don't know if like it's alcohol based, and some of the alcohol based videos on Reckless Eating they get taken down. But I would check on Reckless Eating's YouTube channel and see if that is still there, because we did pickles, but I just don't remember which brand of booze pickles it was. I'm guessing, Miguel, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, that the Wicked Pickle Whiskey is just the whiskey itself. It doesn't have pickles in it. What we had was maybe it was pickle moonshine or something. I don't remember, but something along those lines. So you should try some Roth's pretzels. They're the best I've ever had. Well, they may be, Tom, but I haven't seen them anywhere. Where do you get Roth's pretzels? Do you buy them online, or is there are they something local? Is it a Colorado thing? The Quake Quell. Oh my God, kumquats digest plummeted. Yeah, there's a panic. There's a panic on the kumquats. What happened to Tom? He's not a kumquatter anymore. Okay, so the problem is that with these two things mixed together, so one is the Crantree Cranberry Cider and the other one is the Jelly Belly Orange Sherbet. With them mixed together, the primary flavor, and not even flavor, but the primary experience here is that tartness, and the flavors both go subtle, so they kind of like cancel each other out. I think it's probably because this is mostly water and subtle anyways, and it waters down the cranberry cider, so you don't get so much of the cranberry taste anymore. You don't get the apple taste anymore, and then the orange sherbet taste is lost completely. You don't even get that as like a breathy thing afterwards. And you mostly get that it's mostly like water and tartness. So I'm gonna kind of say thumbs in the middle on this. It isn't terrible, but it's just like all the flavor kind of got washed away, and all that's left is the tartness. So yeah, thumbs in the middle on that one. And it's not terrible, but I don't think I'd want to do it again. All right, let me get caught up. So we did our beverage. We did not read our card. We will read our card. What fish is usually used in the Burmese dish mohinga? And the guesses were, let's see. Julie Couture said catfish. Miguel Rangel said halibut. Janice Yamanaka said catfish. It looks like that might be it. So please accept my apology if I missed one and you actually put it out there. It is in fact catfish. So I have not had the Burmese. Oh my God! You see what I say? Like I don't realize how strong it is, and I was drinking that like a light beverage, and now my head's going all goofy. What fish is usually used in the Burmese dish mohinga? So I have not had the Burmese dish mohinga, but now I think I have to try it. So I'm going to put this one aside so that I can hunt that down and see if where I can find even Burmese food, or at least a recipe for making it. We'll have to make that one happen. We will make it so. This is the way, or it is the way. I'm sorry. Okay, see them everywhere up here. Oh, Roth's pretzels? Oh, okay. You'll have to get them online, but Julie says I see them everywhere up here. Been meaning to try them. They are made in Colorado. Well, that's cool that you see them there, Julie, because that means that I might be able to find them here. But I will look around for them. We will do Roth's pretzels. I'll tell you what, Tom. I will try to find Roth's pretzels, and if I can find some, we will do a collaboration on Roth's pretzels. We'll do an episode. So there we go. It is just the whiskey. Okay, they took the pickles out, Miguel. That's fine. All right, there we go. All right, so we did beverage, snack, beverage. Time for snacks. Let's see. And these are going to get stronger flavored. let's go with, I think we're going to go with this next. So we're going to do, again, Trader Joe's. Remember what I said. Trader Joe's dried sweetened hibiscus flowers for a sweet and tart treat, which is kind of what we just drank. Ingredients: hibiscus flower, cane sugar. I don't know why they have to do that. Cane sugar, ascorbic acid, and sulfur dioxide to preserve color. So I don't know if anybody's ever had hibiscus flowers. They use them a lot in teas. I think red zinger tea might actually have hibiscus flowers in it, but they are edible flowers. And if you look on our channel, we did an episode years back. I think it was a Tales from the Vaults, which was we did an iguana stew, a Caribbean iguana stew, and we actually had hibiscus flowers that I added to it because hibiscus flowers are one of the things that iguanas like to eat. Iguanas are herbivores; they cannot process meat protein, and so they only eat plants. And one of their favorite plants to eat is hibiscus flowers. They are attracted to them because of the color. There are some reports of people laying on the beach, and I think it's St. Thomas, which is one of the U.S. Virgin Islands, laying on the beach and having their toes nibbled on by iguanas because the iguanas just see the red toenail polish and think it's a hibiscus leaf. Not that the iguanas are attacking them or anything, because, like, again, they can't process protein or meat protein. So apparently, I saw these the other day. Trader Joe's dried sweetened hibiscus flowers. Thought it looked interesting. We're going to try them. So let us ask a question. I don't know how my cards got over here. Too much of that cider, I think. And the question is, I was thinking of dots, Tom. Oh yeah, dots we get here too. Janice was talking about dots early on. So dots we get too, but I have not seen rots. But maybe we'll have to if we can get them online, we will do just that. Get them online. I challenge you to try the Rots Inferno pretzels. Well, Tom, if you challenge that, you're going to have to join in that challenge. So I think I'm going to do after this show. I'm going to see if we can make that happen. I'm trying to find a way to make that happen. Thank you, Tom. Thank you for the link. So the question is, sure, why not? Yeah, this is a multiple choice one. You can ask them as not multiple choice ones, but I will go ahead and do that anyways. Which of these is one of the main ingredients of aioli? And the answers are A, mustard, B, olives, C, garlic, or D, onions. Again, the question, which of these is one of the main ingredients of aioli? Mustard, olives, garlic, or onion? So that goes on the spice rack over here. And let's go ahead and open up our Trader Joe's hibiscus flowers with sugar. Yeah, Janice, I remember you telling me about Dots Pretzels, and I see them every time I go to the grocery store. I don't know that we've ever done Dots Pretzels on live stream or did it at Dots Pretzels episodes, but I have gotten them and really, really do like them. They're different. There's a different process for making them than your typical pretzels, but I can't remember what that is. Some other unusual ingredient, but yeah, Dots Pretzels are really good. But we are going to find out about Rots Pretzels. I have already tried them. I guess we can see who eats the most. I guess so. Hopefully they're not huge bags. It doesn't have too much of a smell. They're all kind of clumped together. They look juicy. Actually, they look like some sort of like weird alien seed pod. Oh, those are weird. So it's kind of like candied flowers, right? It looks like plastic. Looks like something you make in a 3D printer. That's weird. That is really weird. All right, cheers. They must put a lot of sugar in it because it almost turns that flower into a fruit. I mean, it's just a flower petal, right? I mean, yeah, it's a flower petal. It shouldn't be that thick. It's very candy-like. Probably a lot sweeter than hibiscus flowers typically are if you just eat the hibiscus flowers as is. We need to cook with flowers. We need to do something where we cook with flowers. I know we did episodes in the past, Valentine's Day episodes, where we use roses, but we always need to do things with like hibiscus flowers and squash blossoms and things like that. So maybe we'll do an episode where we're just cooking with flowers. That'd be cool. That'd be a good idea. These are a nice snack. They're kind of like, it's like the texture of a fruit roll-up, and then that kind of texture, which is really weird for a flour. So I think it's like somehow absorbs that sugar, and the sugar gives. Oh my God, that looks like some sort of like sea anemone or alien thing that like is going to stick itself to your skull and suck out your brains. That is weird looking. They're good, but to me, because I've eaten hibiscus flowers before, it somehow loses that experience of eating the flowers. And it tastes like the texture, and it's like a hibiscus fruit roll-up. That's what it tastes like. That's the texture and the taste. I mean, it's an interesting snack. I'm going to call it a candy. They're calling it like a fruit snack, but to me, it's like a candy. I'm going to give that a thumbs up. It does have hibiscus flavor. It's not as tart as hibiscus typically is. I think the sugar tones that down. It's different and interesting, and that's why it's going to get a thumbs up. As far as flavor goes, though, I would like something that does have more of the hibiscus flavor than the sugar flavor. So, normally that would be a thumbs in the middle, but I do like the flavor, and I do like the fact that it's interesting and unique. So it's going to get a thumbs up. So there we go. All right, now the question was, which of these is one of the main ingredients of aioli? And the answers, or the possible answers were mustard, olives, garlic, or onion. Let's see. Miguel Rangel said olives. Steve Russell said gar. Oh, I guess that's garlic. That's half garlic. It's a half a clove of garlic. Julie Couture said olives. Donna Lauderdale said garlic. Janice Yamanaka said garlic. They do look like crabs, Julie. Or red bats. I don't remember red bats. Maybe. All right, those were the guesses, and most of you were correct. It is not olives, but it is, in fact, garlic. Garlic is one of the main ingredients of aioli. So I'm going to say anybody who got it right, this is the honor system. Just open the drawer and take out 10 points. Close the drawer afterwards. I trust you. You don't have to leave your name or anything like that. Just help yourself to 10 points, and let's move on. So let's see. We got 2 snacks left. Let's see. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing great on time. We got 2 snacks left, and we got like 45 minutes almost. At least I'm doing that. Back in a few. Phone call. You didn't even have to tell us that, Tom. We wouldn't have noticed. We would have just thought that maybe you're not being as chatty as normal. All right, so I got to go slow on this. These two complement each other really well, though, because of that tartness. Except this one isn't as sweet. All right, we're in another question and do another snack, and we're getting into the more hardcore ones now as far as flavor goes. We think. So the question is, what are dried plums called? This is a giveaway. I mean, this is a freebie. What are dried plums called? I'm not even going to give you the multiple choice on that one because that one's too easy. So there it is. It's a giveaway. What are dried plums called? And let's open our next snack. So we're going back to Trader Joe's again because, and these are everything but the bagel seasoned kettle cooked potato chips. So basically, it's like if you've got an everything bagel, it is the seasoning they put on an everything bagel on potato chips, on kettle cooked potato chips. Reach inside and you will find potato chips with something more, everything but the bagel for sure, garlic and onion for flavor that's full, with poppy seeds and sesame too. Reach back in, you'll want another, a new chip love you'll sure discover. I do not like them on a boat. I do not like them with a goat. Let's see, potatoes, canola oil, sunflower oil, seasoning blend, and that's it. Contains soy, sesame. Product of Canada. Beauty, eh? So again, Trader Joe's distribution is from Monrovia, California, but they get their stuff from all over the place. And this is a product of Canada because Canada has the best chips. They do. Well, Canada and Thailand, I think. The Thai Lays, always really good. This is seasoning. This is definitely getting open from the bottom. Yeah, Josh Gruber, sadly, I think you're right. You should do another episode of What's in Val's Fridge. Oh, we will do that. Next time Matt comes over, we'll do it because, if it's in my fridge, I'm eating it anyway. So I have to subject somebody else to that. I will tell you that every time I go to a fast food place and they have some little packet of hot sauce or mustard or something like that, I'm grabbing those. So we have a lot of condiments in there. My condiments to the chef. See, look at that. This is why I open it from the bottom, right? Look at all that. Look around that bag. Look at all the stuff on that bag, right? All the seasoning. There you go. These look greasy. They smell like bagels. Well, they smell like everything bagels. Well, they have that flavor. Obviously, they're not going to have the bagel flavor because there's no bagel in here and there's no wheat or whatever they use to make bagels. I do like that seasoning though. The chips are a little bit greasy. They are kettle cooked, so they're thicker. Maybe they make them greasy on purpose so that all that seasoning sticks to it. Now I have everything hams. You really taste the garlic on it. The poppy seeds a little bit. The onion, getting an onion. These are pretty good. Those are really good. I'm going to give that a thumbs up. You get the idea of eating an everything bagel. You get that feel of eating everything bagel. But again, you get the potato flavor and not the bagel flavor. So it kind of throws you for a little bit of a loop. But it's what makes an everything bagel good, makes those everything chips good. It's a win-win. That's a thumbs up for me. Let's go back to our card. Our card, the question was, what are dried plums called? And the guesses were, Steve Russell said prunes. Donna Lauderdale said prunes. Julie Cador said dried plums. Josh Gruber said dumps. That's correct. I mean prunes. Yes, prunes. Miguel Rangel said Chinese candies. That's probably true as well. Those really bitter, tart Chinese plum candies. You're right. It's not the right answer, but you are correct. They make those candies with the dried plums that are just like makes your mouth cave in. They're like so puckery. Jared Tierno said prunes. Janice Hammernock said prunes. The correct answer is prunes. Everybody got it right. So because everybody got it right, I'm going to give 2.5 points to everybody. So just take 2.5 points out of the jar. I trust you. No one's going to take more than that. Everybody here is trustworthy. Of all things that we've eaten today, those potato chips definitely leave that taste in your mouth. So you get that everything bagel spice taste in your mouth. All right. So last and probably not least, we're going to do these crunchers. So they are crunchy peanuts, crunchers, hot nuts. Now, I will say, I think I got these at the dollar store. These crunchers, there is another brand. I'm sorry, it's not a brand. I think it's Planters. Planters has a line called crunchers. These are not Planters. I think the reason they get away with calling them crunchers is because these are from Mexico. So they are from Dulces y Chocolates de Occidente in, where are they from? Jalisco, Zapopan, Jalisco, Mexico. They are imported by United Snacks of Reno, Nevada, and that's probably how they are a product of Mexico, and that's probably how they get away with calling them crunchers, whereas Planters has a line called crunchers. These are not the same thing. So time for a question. I have not seen anybody post anything in a second or two, so I just want to make sure we're still connected. We're still connected, right? Thumbs up. Yeah, let me know. Yes, we are. There we go. Pudding Power has just entered the room. Hello, Pudding Power. I haven't seen you since last night on Reckless Eating's Twitch stream. So welcome, Pudding. Never too late. We have about half an hour left. Never too late. The question is, oh, that's interesting. What major U.S. multinational company, and it's a food question, what major U.S. multinational company is named after a character from Moby Dick? Again, the question, what major U.S. multinational company is named after a character from Moby Dick? So that's going to go over there somewhere. And we're going to open up our last snack, which are these crunchers, hot nuts, habanero. Keep in a cool and dry place. Keep environment clean. Choking warning. Do not give nuts to children under 4 years old. Actually, you should. They say, because of peanut allergies, they say that part of the reason that kids develop peanut allergies is because they don't have access to peanut butter. Not peanuts. Now, I would not give them peanuts. I would give them peanut butter because, again, it is a choking hazard, a peanut, if they try to swallow it whole. But you give them tiny little bits of peanut butter, I think they become acclimated to that. And I don't think they don't end up with peanut allergies. I could be wrong. I'm not a doctor. I do play one on TV, though. I'm guessing these are seasoned. So I am going to open these from the bottom. They are called saltitos con limón. They are dried salted plums with lemon. They are good with a beer. Yeah, I think they're. It's a Filipino thing, isn't it? Isn't it, Miguel? Isn't it a Filipino thing? They are tart as hell. Now, these say hot nuts and habanero. They don't smell hot. I did get these from the dollar store, so I have my hopes are not really high on how spicy hot these are going to be. They look like Japanese peanuts, the coated peanuts, except these ones are fuzzier. Let's see if we can get that. There we go. I'm always disappointed when something bills itself as really habanero and hot, and then you eat it and it's not. That has some citric acid in it. Tastes like lime juice. I wonder if that's in the ingredients. There is a lot of ingredients in here. I'm guessing it's citric acid. Let's see. Yep, citric acid. Well, they're made in Mexico. That's not surprising. They have a little bit of a bite. They're not even habanero hot, though. I do like that lime flavor. They have a kick. It's probably, if you're not somebody who likes a lot of really spicy stuff, I'm not saying somebody who doesn't like any spice at all, but if you don't like a lot of strong spices and everything, this is probably going to be at the top of your limit. It's not quite habanero hot, but it does have a burn that sits on your tongue and lasts for a little bit afterwards. But it's not habanero hot. Like, I've eaten habaneros, and it's like we're talking pain for a few minutes. These don't have it. It's really interesting because they're lightly salty. They're very sweet. They have that lime flavor. They're crunchy. They're really fun to eat. Julie, am I eating rocks? Would you try human if allowed? Hold that thought, Steve. We'll talk about that afterwards. We're going to have time, so I do want to have that discussion. And then the peanut part gets stuck in your mouth. So it does have peanut flavor as well. Those are fun. Those are interesting, and those are flavorful. So it has a burn, but it's not a crazy painful burn, but it doesn't. It lets you know it's there. It has a variety of textures, which is really nice. It's salty, it's sweet, but it's not overly salty or sweet. So that's a thumbs way up. Who knew that this lowly product from the dollar store can actually be a really, really good snack? That's a thumbs up. I love that. That's really, really good. Let's go. Exactly, Janice. Not like the Blue Diamond Extreme Almonds. Those were kind of disappointing. You're right. A flip flop is gonna fly through the window. Yeah, because she's on the outside, right? She's gonna be like, "Are you eating rocks in there?" Does it have that streamlined flavor that some snacks have? Well, it's kind of chemical. No, not really. It really tastes like, because some of them are just citric acid, which I think maybe is extracted from the citrus root, but it definitely has a lime taste. And I don't think they even advertise it as having a lime taste. They put like a picture of a lime on the box or anything. They don't really advertise it as having a lime taste, but it's there, and it does have that lime flavor. So that's nice. So no pudding. It doesn't have a strange lime flavor. It has an actual lime flavor, but where you can actually identify what that citric acid is from. Like, because citric acid you can get from oranges, you can get from lemons, you can get it from limes, and with some things that have citric acid in it, you can't tell. You just get that same sensation of citric acid, that tartness from citric acid. But this one definitely has that lime flavor. You definitely taste the lime flavor in it. So yeah, that's really good. Surprisingly good. Dollar store good. So there we go. The question was, what major U.S. multinational company is named after a character from Moby Dick? And the answers or the guesses were Pudding Power says Starbucks. Janice Yamanaka says Starbucks. Let's see. Those might be the only guesses. I think those are the only guesses. So there's only 2 people guessed. You did guess correctly. It is, in fact, Starbucks. Starbucks. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Starbucks might be the person who is narrating the story of Moby Dick, because Ahab ended up, dying with the whale. So I think Starbucks was the narrator of the story, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, Starbucks. It is Starbucks. In fact, Starbucks. And their motto, not motto, what do you call that? Their insignia is a mermaid. So go figure. That it is, in fact, Starbucks. Now, let's get to that question. That who had? Steve Russell. Steve Russell had said, would you try human if allowed? 2 situations. One of them would not be if I went to a country where I knew that there was a tribe that was into cannibalism. Would you go and join them in a meal of a cannibalistic meal? No, I would not, for several reasons. One is, you're involved in killing people to eat them, and I'm not on that train. The other one is, who's to say that you're not going to be the next menu item on the dinner? So that's going to be a big no. However, I would say there are 2 circumstances where I would, and here's what they are. 1, I am a member of a South American soccer team, and our plane crashes in the Andes Mountains a long time before anybody finds out where the plane is and can get to it. Now, some of us survive, and some of us did not survive, but we are slowly starving to death. So, yes, I would be one of those people who would not starve to death. The other one is this. So, if I was in an accident, in a bad accident, like let's say a bad car accident. If I was in a bad car accident and my leg got so mangled that they couldn't put it back on, that they couldn't save it, they couldn't keep it attached or save it. If that happened, I think probably at the hospital I would say, hey, do me a favor, could you put that thing on ice for me? I'm going to take a doggy bag. That I would do that. I would feel less guilt about that, I think, because I'm just eating myself, right? I'm eating part of myself. I would feel less. I wouldn't be like in what was the sequel to Silence of the Lambs, where what's his name is sitting there with his skull open and eating pieces of his own brain because he'd been manipulated. Not talking about that. I'm just saying, like, my leg is off. Had that leg for decades. What are you gonna do? Throw it away? No, I'll eat that. I'm just going to put it back inside. Did Mean Metal Mike just sneak in? Nanook Rubs It is my favorite current Zappa song. Well, that's always a favorite. I was part of that. Was Don't Eat the Yellow Snow the name of the suite? Because I know that Nanook Rubs It was part of that suite. So there was Nanook Rubs It, Don't Eat the Yellow Snow, St. Alfonso's Pancake Breakfast. That was all part of a suite. Which basically, I think the way those sweets happen, same thing with the Beatles. If you look at the Abbey Road album, the reason that a lot of those sweets come together is because somebody comes up with a song and it's so short that it doesn't make sense to put it out as a complete song. So they find some way to weave it together into a song. I think Day in the Life by the Beatles was the same thing. So you go from that, I'd love to turn you on. Woke up, got out of bed. So you can tell the part John Lennon wrote, the part Paul McCartney wrote, kind of wrote them as two different songs and go like, now we need to string this thing together. We need to make a song out of it. So I think that's what Man That Rubs It is part of one of those. I'll just call it a sweet, but it is one of Zappa's better ones. I've always, one of my favorites have always been Cosmic Debris, and then Broken Hearts Are for A-Holes. Again, family channel. So so yeah, me Metal Mike. You can't go wrong with Zappa. I don't know if Zappa has a song I don't like, a crappy song. Starbucks is the religious friend Ahab has. Oh, thank you, Pudding. It's been a while since I read the book, but I don't remember who is the narrator of the book, because I don't think it's Ahab, because Ahab's dead. So who is the narrator of the book? What's the name of the character who is the narrator of the book, or do they even have a name? Thought you were going to say you would chew through your leg to get out. That's difficult to do, because right now I can't bend down far enough to reach my leg to chew it to get it out. I mean, I would be like, if I had scissors, yeah, I would do something like that. And then, wouldn't leave the leg there, unless I was like hundreds of miles from civilization and it was stuck under a log, and the only way for me to get out would be to crawl out without the leg. Then I'm leaving the leg there, But kind of like Pink Floyd's Sweets, I imagine, yeah, like on Wish You Were Here, or like what is it, Time and. I think it was like mostly on the first side of Dark Side of the Moon. A lot of those songs were like that. So yeah, exactly like that. Me Metal Mike. Wasn't there a movie where they crashed on the side of a mountain and they ate each other? Yeah, Miguel, that's what I was kind of alluding to. That it was a story. I think it's called Alive, if I'm not mistaken. It originally started out as a novel. It's a factual novel. It actually happened. It was a novel, and then they made it into a movie. I don't know how you do that in a movie, how you accurately portray that in a movie, but they did. So I think I'm pretty sure it was called Alive. Somebody with access to online references, please look that up and let me know. But I think it was called Alive, and it was the true story of a South American soccer team whose plane went down in the Andes, and they had to eat the non-survivors to survive. It's Ishmael. Call me Ishmael. He says, call me Ishmael, but is he saying my name is Ishmael? He's just saying, call me Ishmael. So, which I think is a biblical reference, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know, Pudding. We may not ever get to the bottom of this. What was the favorite meat dish that Britain ate in the 13 colonies? A favorite meat dish? I'm gonna guess shepherd's pie. That would be my guess, shepherd's pie. That sounds like something that Britain ate in the 13. Yeah, shepherd's pie sounds like it would be something like they would eat. They would have to import lamb. I think it was lamb. Lamb would be. It would most likely it would not end good if you cut your leg off. You would bleed out. Well, yeah, you got to do it. You got to do a tourniquet, Tom. I'm sure. Hey, Strange and Trippy Review is here. So yeah, just kind of was exposed to their world. I think it was just yesterday. So welcome, Strange and Trippy Review. Good to see you here. Glad you could make it. All right. So we did the card. We're all done. Now it's time to do something stupid. Well. You need a special occasion to do something stupid. I got beverage all over the place here. All right, how are we going to do this? I think our biggest thing is probably the chips. Oh, these are going to go on the bottom. I have to find a nice big wide one. I think this is going to be the prominent flavor. There we go. That'll have to work. And now let's do hibiscus flower. We'll try to find a nice big squid. I am having a great weekend, by the way. Strange and Drippy. I'm glad you could join us. Ooh, look at this. Oh my God, that is so weird. That is so weird. It almost looks like a passion flower, more so than Look at that. Maybe that should be on the bottom. It's not going to be. No, it's not going to be on the bottom, but I'm going to use it to hold everything else. So there we go. That is weird, though. Meat pudding was the famous favorite dish of the 13 colonies. So pudding means so much different things in the UK, because pudding is usually like a muffin or a popover or something like that. Like so, or you know, like black pudding. Black pudding is not pudding, but it's also not a pastry. But then let's see, what Yorkshire pudding. Yorkshire pudding is like a popover. So those crazy British, they have pudding means so many different things. So meat pudding could be more like a black pudding, maybe. That's crazy. You're the second person that I've seen eating hibiscus today. That's weird. That is weird. It was really good, by the way. Strange and Trippy. I know you just came in recently, but it's a bat, you idiot. It's a red bat. What were we talking about? Red bats. See, red dragon. Oh, the hibiscus. It does look like a red bat. It's weird, really weird looking. Meat pudding consists of flour, water, venison, pork. Yeah, well, venison would have been a handy meat to have in the British colonies. Pork, salt, beets, and prunes. Oh, that actually sounds good. Me and Mike, see if you can find a recipe for that. Maybe we'll make that. That sounds good. But I'd have to go with a recipe because I wouldn't know how to put that together. Flour and water. That's really strange. Something I ate is like it kind of like it's all phlegmy in my throat. I don't know what that is. I think that the hibiscus is going to do that. All right, so we have our hibiscus. Let's see, beet puffs. I think one's going to be enough because they're pretty big. It's kind of like let the hibiscus hold that. Here we go. What else are we missing? We are missing Crunchsters Beyond Bacon. We'll just put a few of these in, and these are tiny. That's the recipe. No, that's the ingredients. Me, Metal Mike. That's not the recipe. The recipe is how you put those ingredients together. So, so that's what we got to do. We've got to find a recipe. But you do list the ingredients. It's just like I said. It's how you put it together. I could just put those things in the blender. I don't think it's going to come out good. That's just me, though. Let's see, we got the puffs. Got our crunchers. We got hot nuts. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's it. I think we're only going to have room for one. There we go. That looks like some sort of alien lab specimen. That is weird looking. Cheers. Little pockets of flavor in there. As I suspected, the hibiscus has the strongest flavor. No, I didn't suspect that. I suspected that the everything potato chips would have the strongest flavor, and it doesn't. The hibiscus is the strongest flavor. The everything chips maybe come in second. Not getting so much of the potato, though. I got some of the peanuts, the habanero peanuts on the initial bite. They went away pretty quickly. The beet puffs, they just disappear. So the hibiscus adds a kind of a weird sweetness to it and this weird texture because it's like a candy-like texture with all these other crunchy, baked or fried things. So it just kind of adds a weird texture to it, but it's not unpleasant and it doesn't clash too much. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a thumbs up. That is something that it really wouldn't make for like a good snack mix. Like if you were making sort of like a Chex mix with that. With everything else, it would probably go great. It would probably be fine. I would not put the hibiscus in it because the hibiscus, like I said, it's kind of candy-like and it kind of takes away from everything else. So I would say no. But on the whole, as a combination, I don't want to call it a skank concoction like they would call it on Reckless Eating. I don't know what to call it, but maybe you guys can help me. But Yeah. Let me ask you. I will ask you to help me name that. So at the end of our live streams, when we put these things together and mix these different ingredients together to make something, what should we call that? I think we should give it a name. I think we should call it something. I'm tempted to drink this, the cranberry cider, because like there was something powdery in there, it went to my throat, but I just got to remember that this has alcohol in it. So I can't drink it like a refreshing drink. Fortunately, it's very tart, and so it kind of like keeps you from drinking it really fast and drinking a lot of it. But everything was really good today. I think we did really well. Matt, perfect test dummy for meat pudding. Maybe so. It doesn't sound like there's anything like he wouldn't like in it. So it almost tastes like, because I think there are prunes in figgy pudding. It probably tastes like a figgy pudding with meat in it. And as a matter of fact, it wouldn't surprise me if it is the same thing as figgy pudding. Because we did a Christmas episode, I think maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. We did a Christmas episode, and we actually got some figgy pudding. We ordered it online. But I think a lot of the ingredients were the same. And I think if I saw somewhere that it used to have like pork and stuff in it. So maybe it's very similar or the same thing as figgy pudding, but the beets I think changes it up a little bit. So and the fact that it's in pie form, because a figgy pudding is not in pie form. It is it's like a spotted dick. And I know you guys think that I'm making that up. But spotted dick is a real thing. Let's see, we did spotted dick. So two things that we did. One was a collaboration we did with Tom, old guy in Colorado, where we made spotted dick from scratch. And the other one was where we had spotted dick as a frat snack. So we did a frat snack episode, and spotted dick was one of the things we had in the frat snack episode. We didn't make that from scratch, but Tom and I did make it from scratch for a collaboration we did on spotted dick. Tom, see, I can't remember. Let me know. Was that something that we did for your channel or for my channel? I can't remember. Hey, Pokey Sly has entered the room. Welcome. You are maybe technically, if you had it written down on your calendar to be here at a certain time, you were late. But we have about 15 minutes left, and so you're not late. I mean, you're here, and I think that's the important thing. Val's Exotic Eatery. I mean, I've eaten so a lot of things that I've eaten. I don't have episodes on, and I don't have and I haven't done on live streams. But some of it was because of geographically where I ate them, and some of them I ate before I had the YouTube channel. So like one of the things I would put in that category is poke salad. Now, for those who don't know, I started out doing a blog. The blog is still up. So if you like to do things in story format, with pictures, then go to the blog. The blog is trippyfood.com, www.trippyfood.com. That is the blog. And there are a lot of things that I've eaten that are in the blog that I have not done episodes for. In some instances, it's because if I ate it at a place, that place doesn't exist anymore, or it was a regional thing. And poke salad was one of those regional things. Now, for those who don't know what poke salad is, poke salad, there's a plant that I don't know the scientific name of it, but they call it pokeweed. It is a toxic plant that grows throughout North America. In the Depression in the South, because people were starving to death, they resorted to trying to find a way to eat this plant. Now, this is a plant that animals won't even eat unless they're starving to death because of its toxicity. So you can't eat it fresh. You can't you cannot just take the leaves and put it in a salad. You'll probably die. You cannot eat the stem. You cannot eat the roots. You cannot eat the berries. You cannot eat any other part of the plant. The only part of the plant you can eat are the young green leaves. I think they turn purple or something when they get older. The young green leaves, that's the only part of the plant you can eat. And to eat it, you need to boil it, rinse it, boil it, rinse it. I think you have to do that 2 times. Then what you do is you take it, you put it in a frying pan, you put a little bit of bacon in there for grease. You fry it in the pan. You put some onion in there, sometimes some egg. You put some egg in there as well, and then you serve it. So the flavor-wise, it is a lot like spinach with this really strong bite. Maybe tart is a good word for it, but bitter. I think bitter is the word for it. There's a very bitter bite to it, more so than any other greens. It is a thing in the South, and so when I had the opportunity to eat it, I was in Hamilton, Alabama, because my girlfriend at the time, her family was originally from Hamilton, Alabama. I was living in Texas at the time, and every year, I think it was Mother's Day, we would go out to a family reunion in Hamilton, Alabama. It is rural Alabama. It is far from any major city, very, very tiny town, and they live on the outskirts of the town. So the first time I went, they told me about poke salad, and they said, look, I don't know if you ever had poke salad, but here's what we'll do. We will show you what it looks like. Then they gave me a brown paper like a shopping bag, and they said, go, if you go out and you pick this, we'll make it for you. So you have to know somebody who knows how to make it, sort of like lutefisk. And so basically they said, yeah, if you take the bag, go out in the woods and find this. This is what it looks like. Here's the plant. This is what it looks like. Only take the green leaves. Don't take any other part of the plant. And then we'll make it for you. So they did. And so my mom was with me one of these Mother's Days. I flew her down to Texas, and we went from there. She actually was with us, and my mom ate poke salad. So that was really interesting. That was an interesting thing. So it's one of those things that if you ask foodies, have they ever had poke salad? Most of them have not, because, like I said, unless you've been to like some places in the rural South, sort of like eating moose or eating squirrel or raccoon or opossum. A lot of those are going to be like really rural foods, where unless you know somebody in that environment, you probably would not have had exposure to that. But yeah, it was a really interesting thing. I don't anticipate getting down to an area where I even know somebody who makes that anymore. But if you go to our blog, I did a blog episode on poke salad. So again, there are a lot of things that will probably never make it to a YouTube episode. Will probably never make it to the live stream. But I've had some unusual and interesting things. One of the things that is a blog episode and did not make a blog article and did not make a YouTube episode was eating at the world's oldest restaurant, which is Restaurante Sobrino de Botín in Madrid. It was opened in 1725. It was opened in 1725. And that was a magical experience eating there. There is a blog article on it, but I have not been back to Madrid since 2008, 2007, 2008, somewhere around there. And so, unless I get back to Madrid, I will not be doing a Trippy Food episode there. But again, if you have time and if you would like to check out the blog, there are a lot of interesting things that I've eaten, a lot of interesting places I've gone that are on the blog that are not yet a Trippy Food episode or not yet something that we can do on a live stream. So I invite you to check that out if you get a chance. Where do you and Matt find your pictures of weird foods to try, like the Fruit Loop mac and cheese hot dog? Well, they're actually memes, so like a lot of those are on Facebook. A lot of those are on like Reddit. So different places like that. We just find memes, and we say and some people put it out as a joke. They don't actually eat it. They just put the picture out there. And so we just take their word for it that it's something that they actually made. I think on the Fruit Loop mac and cheese hot dog episode that we did, we were discussing that. So I was saying, like, these are just something that people put together. They don't actually eat it. They just do it for the shock value, or the clicks. They just put together some picture. Unfortunately, the Fruit Loop mac and cheese hot dog, is a real thing. So it is Progressive Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. They actually serve that, the Fruit Loop mac and cheese hot dog. They actually serve that at the stadium. So we were just recreating something that they actually sell somewhere else. It was actually a real thing. So it varies. A lot of those vary. It was your channel, Trippy Food. That sounds like something we asked a long time ago. Oh, it was your my channel. We did the spotted dick on. Yeah. So if you guys do a search on it, you can see Tom and we did a collaboration where we actually made spotted dick from scratch. And from what I recall, it turned out pretty good. Have you ever eaten dandelion? I have eaten dandelion. So I did not know my mother's father really well, my grandfather really well. I I lived with them when I was born, and then they moved away shortly afterwards. Then I maybe saw him a couple of times afterwards. So I saw him in 1968. My father took us on a trip to visit my grandparents, and then I think that might have been it. I hadn't seen them since my grandmother moved in with us in 1971 after my grandfather died. But what I do remember about my grandfather was he was out on the front lawn picking dandelions to make a salad with. So yeah, I've definitely eaten dandelion. I would be cautious about doing that now just because of the pesticides and everything else that goes into like on somebody's lawn. I would be cautious about that. But yeah, absolutely have eaten dandelion. Now I know that Steve, that dandelion flowers are edible as well. I've not had those, but I should try those. But as far as dandelion goes, yeah, it's really nice. The dandelion is really nice in the salad. It has a little bit of bitterness to it as well. But yeah, I've eaten lots of dandelion. Dandelion salad is good. Yes, you're absolutely right, Miguel. Like Cousin Eddie. What were we talking about, Cousin Eddie? What, I made a reference that you said like Cousin Eddie, but I'm not sure what reference that was. People love dandelion tea, Steve. I'm trying to remember if I've had that. I have seen dandelion tea in the grocery store, but I don't think I've actually had dandelion tea. Maybe I should get some just to try it. Have you, Julie? Have you tried dandelion tea? Okay, we're talking about magic. See, that's the problem is I get on a tangent and I start going off on something and I start really getting into a conversation on something. And then I start to see some of the comments and it's like, it's probably had something to do with something I mentioned previously, but completely forgot. If I do that, just refresh my memory on that, like ask a question again or make a statement again or something and just tell me what it's in reference for. And we'll just pick it up there. I want to make sure that I address all of your questions, all your comments and stuff like that, because if you're going to take time out of your day to spend with us, I want to make sure that that we have your needs met. So I appreciate the fact that you spend the time with us on this live stream, and so I want to make sure that if you have a question, that we get to it. I'm having fun doing fusion foods. Is that what you're calling that? The fusion foods, Strange and Trippy, like stuff that you find in pictures like that. Some of them, I suspect. Some of them are just made for shock value, and they don't actually eat what they make. They just put these things together. Like especially some of the pizza ones, they put some stuff on the pizza that I think they're not eating that. They're just doing that for the shock value, just so people click on it. They're doing it for the clicks. But at the same time, I will take them seriously, and I will actually do that. There's one that I'm going to do with Matt. It was on Reddit, and it was this pizza. It had barbecue sauce, sardines, bananas, and a fried egg. So we're going to do that. I was on Reddit. Now keep in mind there's no video or photographs of anybody actually eating this thing, but they put it on there, and I think they're doing it for shock value to get somebody to click on it. But we'll take them seriously, and we're going to actually make that. The maneuver is called the Quad Squad. We're headed out to the beautiful historic Julie, when are they supposed to close that? Because I heard that Kowloon is closing, and I heard it was going to be closing soon. So yeah, so if anybody remembers, we did a Trippy Food episode. This was quite a few years back on Tacky Route 1, the U.S. Route 1 in Saugus, Massachusetts. So we had the red dinosaur that was at the miniature golf course. We had the Hilltop Steakhouse, their big cactus at the Hilltop Steakhouse. There was the Ship, which was originally a restaurant, but then I think it was a Yankee Candle shop and everything, but it was shaped like a giant ship. I think what we didn't do is, and Leaning Tower, which is a pizza place, and they have the Leaning Tower. It's Prince, I think, if I'm not mistaken. We did those. What we didn't do is Kowloon's. And Kowloon is like a big, gigantic tiki hut. It is this big giant A-frame tiki hut. And it's like multiple floors, lots of rooms and everything else like that. It is where Julie had her rehearsal dinner when she got married. And Kowloon has been around probably at least since I was a kid. It's the 1960s on Route 1 in Saugus. But I heard recently they are closing it. I'm not sure if they're going to try to, because I heard of some other places that are trying to close, but they're trying to work it into the design of what else is around it. But I don't know if they're going to do that with Kowloon or not. So I don't know if they're completely going out of business or they're selling the business and they're expecting somebody to merge it into a bigger development or something like that. I don't know. All I know is that they are closing, as I heard recently. Undetermined. Oh, okay. So maybe what they're doing, Julie, is what some people do is they say we're going to be closing forever. So come in and get stuff as soon as you can, and then they jack up their prices because they know that people are, from a nostalgic standpoint, are going to be rushing in there to try it. So maybe that's what they're doing. But either way, The food is it is Polynesian, so it is basically what a lot of people in the Northeast consider Chinese food. It is not really Chinese; it is Polynesian. So we're talking about poo platter. We're talking about egg foo young. We're talking about spare ribs, egg rolls, crab rangoon, things along those lines, and then the drinks like scorpion bowl and stuff like that. So it's essentially Polynesian food. But for some reason, back east, they consider that Chinese food. And it's not Chinese food, but it's a different thing unto itself. So, but if you go to a lot of Chinese restaurants and everything, that's what they have. Julie, I'm sorry because it looked like you were on your way out, and I was preventing you from going out. So I will say, well, it's 3:00, so we're going to end shortly, anyways. But thank you for joining us today, Julie, and thank you again for the vow. This is awesome. And have fun at Cullen, and let me know how it goes. Did I get everything else? I'm looking at fried beans and bacon and a fried egg pizza. That would probably be good. Strange and Trippy, check out on our channel. We did, this was a couple years ago, we did a Franks and Beans pizza. There's a place called the Pizza Man in Burbank, California. And they have it looks like maybe 50 or 60 ingredients, and you can kind of combine them as you want. One of the ingredients they have is baked beans. One of the ingredients they have is hot dogs. One of the ingredients they have is barbecue sauce. And so we made a Franks and Beans pizza. We just had them put barbecue sauce, Franks and Beans on the pizza. And it was actually really, really good. So I'm thinking that that what you're talking about there, it sounds like it'll work. And it probably sounds like it'll be pretty actually good. Strange and Trippy review. Oh, okay, you saw that. One of my favorite restaurants has been a staple here for 30 years. Is closing down tomorrow. Which one, Eli? Which restaurant? We are at 301. Eli, answer quick because we're about to wind this thing down. So we are at 301. Again, we spent the last 2 hours. Sometimes we go longer. Sometimes we don't. I don't like to push it too long. I know like Matt over at Reckless Eating, they do 12-hour live streams and everything. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could talk for 12 hours because he's playing games and doing things in between. Me, I'm just talking. I'm just yapping. But I will reiterate several things that I reiterate every week. One, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. I would like to say, if you do not subscribe, because according to my analytics, 47% of the people who watch the live streams are not subscribers. So I will ask you, if you can, to subscribe to our channel. If you enjoy the live streams and everything, subscribe to our channel. It helps. When you do subscribe, click on the bell. Julie was telling me earlier she didn't see notification that we were doing the live stream today. If you click on that bell after you subscribe, it will send you notifications, and you'll know whenever we're going to do another live stream. So I would appreciate that. Also, check out the other people that are part of our community. Old Guy in Colorado, Janice Yamanaka, Strange and Trippy Review. There's a whole cast of them. If you want to know who those people are, go to our YouTube channel, and down at the bottom it says featured channels, and under featured channels you'll see them all down there. I would not put their name down there if I didn't think it's something that you would enjoy, and it's something that I enjoy myself. So I'm just recommending them to you. When you do watch the videos, always click on the thumbs up to say that you like the videos. It helps them. It helps us when you do it for us and everything. So I would just ask you to do that. This is an amazing community. Some channels, like you see that, like, they have to ban people. They're constantly have to correct people and everything. And I never see that here. We're just like I love the conversations. I love the side things. I love what people bring up. I love the path of the discussions and everything. So to me, again, this is the high point of my week. I live for this on Saturdays to join you and to have you join me, and for us to share some food together, and to share some trivia questions, and to share some ideas, and just talk and communicate with each other. I really love it. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking time out of your Saturday afternoon to join us. And we will keep doing this until we can't do it anymore. And I can't even think of what those odds, what that situation would be. So I do thank you so much for doing that, and appreciate every one of you. So again, if you get a chance, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. I think if you don't have to have a channel, you just have to create an account on YouTube, and you don't even have to use it. Just create an account on YouTube, subscribe, and be done with it. And we appreciate it, and we would thank you for it. And then remember to like the videos. I will remind you that Tom has a live stream at 5 p.m. Pacific time today, so he's usually 2 hours after we finish. Today, I think he is doing a take on, I'm going to call it SOS, the O and the S being on a shingle, which is what they called it in the Army, and I think in Greasy Spoon Diners when they were making cream chip beef on toast. SOS, something on a shingle, although it was not something. And I think he's doing a twist on that today. That's what he's doing for his live stream. So be sure to check it out. Old Guy in Colorado, check that out. Janice, I'm sorry. I don't know if I mentioned you. Another channel, another great channel that you should check out. Be sure to check out Tom's live stream. I don't know if anybody else is doing a live stream today. Our friends, the Trips from Canada, they usually do theirs on Friday. Jackie Hero, I think maybe does hers on Saturdays or Sundays. Reckless Eating's doing them all the time and everything. So definitely check out their live stream, check out their episodes and everything. And thank you so much. So I'm going to tell everybody, have a great weekend. For those of you who are not working on Monday because of the President's Day holiday, have a great long weekend. But please be careful because it's crazy out there. Take care of yourselves, take care of others, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody. Bye.